What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about Montez Holt's checkered past. As you know, he is the younger brother of Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Martell is 5 years older than Montez. I'm sure you've checked out my video that I did from yesterday evening, where literally after I found a news report from just a month and a half ago, where he was wanted by local police, I went live and I played that story for you all as well. So it was literally breaking as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I think this looks like the guys. I decided to go live. So that same network, I actually have found two more news stories from the past, much further ago, into alleged crimes involving this young man. So I definitely want to talk about it. Now, also with me covering these two reported stories about Montez, it is certainly not anything that I celebrate in or that I take pleasure in. I don't like to see anybody from our race, our community struggling, and definitely not doing, anything against the law. So allegedly, according to these news reports. So I hope that one day he can focus and really be patient with working a honest job for a living, and so I hope that everything works out for him. So I do ask that before we dive on in, that you please hit the like button on this video. You know, it will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people who have similar interests if they enjoy Love and Marriage Huntsville. I also do other TV show recaps like Bell Collective, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Marriage Detroit. Also, I do some interviews with reality TV stars. My most recent interview was from a few weeks ago with Kiki Jabbar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So definitely check that out. I even have a few videos on here talking about my natural hair journey when I used to have long, straight hair, when I was a loose head, and I got tired of getting the silk press and all the different styles, for ease. And I've got the ultimate ease with my dreadlocks. So I definitely offer a variety of content. So please check me out and subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. Okay, so with the church announcements being done, and I've said this on a previous video, I actually was an announced clerk in church before. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So I am going to be reading from these news stories. As you can see, this is surveillance video, I should say, from a jewelry store, and we are going to learn more about it. This actually dates back to 2006. So it is from a long time ago. That would be 17 years ago. He's 36 now. So at the time, he would have been 36, he would have been like, 19 years old, very young. So let's find out more about it. And this is the alleged, I don't want to say accomplice, but, alleged suspect who was also involved. All right. So on the surveillance video, you can see a man asking to try on a watch at Reed's Jewelry in Madison Square Mall on September 28th, 2006. And again, this is from TV station WAFF Channel 48 in Huntsville, Alabama. The man and the watch then quickly disappeared. And this wasn't just any watch either. It was a gold Rolex watch worth $20,500. So allegedly, Montez stole a watch that was worth well over $20,000, a gold Rolex. So it's obvious this crook knew what he was going for, but before he could say, I'll take it, he took it. The suspect is described as a black man, approximately 20 to 23 years old, with a big gap in his front teeth and pretty quick feet. So the writer of this story, was definitely sarcastic at the same time of reporting what's called hard news. When it's a crime, it's considered hard news. It reminds you of the old line about watching time fly. Speaking of time, this man will be spending time behind bars if you can lead police to him. Call 53 Crime and give them his name. They won't ask for your name, and you could earn up to $1,000. Montez Dewan Holt is also a man on the run. He's wanted allegedly by Alabama A&M police for escape and possession of a controlled substance. And then the young lady that we saw, this report says Alabama A&M police are also looking for Tiffany Wynette Hogan. They want to question her about some stolen property. And the business community is among those affected by crime. Okay, and that was pretty much the tag out to that story. So we saw going back to 2006 when Montez was about 19 years old, allegedly he may have stolen a watch from a jewelry store, and then he made the local news. He made Crime Stoppers, where law enforcement were looking for him at that time. So I will post the link to these two news stories. There is another one going back to 2014, just 9 years ago. So I want to share that screen with you all. Please give me one moment here. And definitely please hit the like button if you have not already done so. I would really appreciate it. All right. So here we are. This is the next news story that I found on Montez Holt, Martell's baby brother. And as you can see, the headline says, "A suspect in 2 vehicles during a police chase." So this is obviously one of those vehicles being towed, being put on like a flatbed. A police chase ended after the driver exited one vehicle and drove a short distance in a second vehicle. That is the caption to that photo. And this is like a mugshot of sorts of Montez Dewan Holt. Okay, so the news report says Huntsville police confirmed they arrested a subject Sunday evening following a car chase. A woman called police Sunday afternoon to report seeing her stolen vehicle. Police said they saw a man driving the vehicle near Mallory Avenue and LaSalle Road. They followed the vehicle down to Doak Drive. At some point, the driver, which would obviously be Montez allegedly, ditched the car and got into a second vehicle nearby. The suspect continued driving to Dakota Circle, still pursued by police, before stopping the car and running on foot. Police caught up with the man in the backyard of a home and arrested him without incident. He was identified as Montez Dewan Holt. And then it says investigators are working to determine if that second vehicle that the man used in the pursuit was stolen as well. Holt is charging with receiving stolen property and attempting to flee and elude police. His bond has not yet been set. Now, if you were to Google Montez Dewan Holt, you'll also find a website called Mugshot Zone that talks about him eluding police. It has a more recent date of March 2023 because it was not from a local news website or even, a print publication website. I did not go with reporting that. And mugshotzone.com even has a disclaimer saying that there's a possibility that the information on their website at times could be inaccurate. So that's why I did not decide to use that for a source. But, I know that it was so shocking last night to find that recent news report from just a month and a half ago. So to see his checkered past, again, it's not anything that I find funny or celebrate in. I just see a Black man who repeatedly struggles with not committing crime, and he has yet to be fully rehabilitated. And then at some point, you have to say, I'm tired of living my life this way. I just want an honest job and, try to live, like a healthy life. And that's what I hope the type of mindset that he develops at some point. Because at this point, he's about 36. He's pretty much like in the second half of life almost. So definitely let me know what you all think about these two news stories with Martell and his brother. I don't like to always find fault with a Black woman, but definitely it's not like you hear them say, yeah, growing up, we were on the junior usher board, or we sang in the youth choir, or our local church took us on camping trips. I just don't know how solid of a foundation that Martell and his brother had, at least with that spiritual foundation. Even if like you stray, you'll find yourself coming back to God and coming back to the church. And trust me, I've made videos about how judgmental the church can be and some of the toxic messages that are out there amongst some churchgoers, turning women into desperate pick-me's. Don't get me wrong, but at the core of, growing up in a family where you attend church, it is a very solid foundation. And if your parents emphasize going to college and being educated and they take you to church, the Black church totally promotes education as well. So I'm just saying, like, I never hear in like Martell's conversation on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I never get any inclination that he has that sort of solid foundation that could have helped combat the desire to be in the streets and to do things criminal. So, it's pretty sad. And I'm pretty sure Miss Marlene, she either like tries to put it out of her head, or if she does let herself process thoughts about her sons, it has to be very depressing. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts. I love reading your comments. You all are so smart and thoughtful and think of different perspectives. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about this. Again, please hit the like button on this video. And I thank y'all for checking out this video. The Monday workday is over and it was a mother. So now it's time to face Tuesday, but we got this. I will talk to y'all soon and take good care. Bye-bye.